Hi everyone, my name is Mridul and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year! I thought the perfect way to start this year would of course be with you guys, but also to do a very fun manifestation challenge. So before I start talking to you guys about this challenge and what we're about to do, I just want to say I hope you guys had the best year ever. If not, I hope you guys have the best year ever. I hope 2024 is filled with love, joy, happiness and health for all of you. I personally do really believe in manifestation, so I really wanted to do these activities with you guys to put both you and me in the right state of mind for the new year. Now last year I did quite a few different challenges, like health related challenges. So this year I do want to continue to do those, but I also want to do some like more spiritual and inner work sort of challenges. And to be honest, my theme for this year is consistency. My word for 2024 is consistency. I'm putting it out there, and that is exactly why I created the 2024 planner. So this is our Simbaa Lifestyles 2024 planner. Let me just quickly show you guys our planner. Okay, so this is our 2024 planner by Simbaa Lifestyle. This also comes with 4 free sticker sheets, a mini notebook and a really unique desk calendar, which can also be used as wall decor and to add pictures. Obviously, I think planners are great and they really put you in the best mindset to start your year. But this year, I've decided to add different challenges for every single month. And guess what? The challenge for January is the manifestation challenge. Now, this is going to be a 15-day challenge. I didn't want to do a 30-day challenge because I didn't want it to be too intense and I didn't want someone to feel like there was too much happening. Basically, overwhelming feeling मुझे नहीं करना था. I feel like 15 days is a good balance. You don't have to do it every single day for 15 days. You can do it really at your own pace. Let me just read a few activities that we're going to be doing for this month, for this video. So I'm going to be making a vision board with you guys. I'm going to be making an action plan for my goal. I'm going to be writing a letter to my future self. I'm going to script for a day and much more, to be very honest. I feel like I will go through with you guys with every single activity. I'm going to be very, very vulnerable with you guys, let you guys into my life almost more than I usually do. And anyway, I feel like it is a ritual for us to make a vision board together. So that we're going to be doing in today's video. But I feel like in general, subscribe to this channel because I am going to be doing a lot of 15-day challenges this year to keep myself accountable and almost to motivate you guys as well. So I think having said all of that, let's get started with today's video. So these are the 15 challenges that are part of the manifestation challenge. Let's start with my favorite, the first one, which is to make a vision board. Now today I'm sitting on 27th of December, so I have 5 days to go for this year to end. Now I am obviously shooting this in advance because I want you guys to see this video in the beginning of the year, but you can also do this in the beginning of the year. There's no right or wrong time to start this, but obviously the beginning of the year is a time where people tend to feel motivated. It almost feels like a new beginning. So I feel like starting a manifestation challenge is perfect. Personally, I'm going to be doing it in the next 5 days. I'm going to be spreading it out according to my convenience and also how I'm feeling. I don't want to do something under pressure. Like I really want to be in the moment. I want to be present and I want to give it my all. Now making vision boards is one of my most favorite things ever. I look forward to making them every single year and also reviewing my previous year ka vision board. I'm a firm believer in vision board, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. Before I even get started, talk to you guys about how I'm making it, what I'm adding to my vision board. It's almost like a ritual that I do every single year, right? That I make a vision board with you guys. But before that, let's get an appropriate setup ready. You want to feel comfortable, you want to get into that vibe. So let's prep for that. So I'm feeling very comfortable. As you clearly can see, I feel like I have everything that I will end up needing. I don't want to get up in the middle and break my flow. So I'm going to be going on Pinterest. You can do Google as well. And I'm just going to look at my Pinterest feed, to be very honest. And any picture that kind of calls out to me, I will save it. It doesn't have to mean anything. Obviously, some pictures have to mean something specifically. So you can maybe make a note of things that you want to achieve that year and specifically search for pictures that depict that, but there can also be pictures that are just random and you just like them. You can do quotes for sure. I like to do numbers as well. Like last year my number was 777. इस बार देखते हैं what I'm feeling. And finally, the pictures are ready. Obviously, I'm going to be making my vision board as always in our 2024 planner by Simbaa Lifestyle. So this has a dedicated page for me to be able to make my vision board. Let me actually just quickly show you some of the pictures that I've picked out. This one's really tiny, but basically this says 888 balance. My number for this year is 888. Last year 777 tha, and I feel like it turned out really true. I felt like I was very lucky 2023 mein. 888 just means balance. This year I have to prioritize health. Last year मैंने बिल्कुल भी नहीं दी थी priority health को. This year I definitely want it to be at the forefront. Oh, and my word for 2024 is consistency. I am going to be sticking to what I do, and I'm going to be even more consistent that I have been this year. Then next up we have travel. Last year has been amazing for me in terms of travel, and I hope that 2024 as well is as great, if not better. I also really want to prioritize traveling with my family, so I'm adding a picture that kind of looks like my family. Then I just have a few pictures that just called out to me, to be honest. Like, it has no meaning per se, but they just look like such happy pictures, so I'm going to be adding them. Okay, so for the next task, I need to be in bed because I have to visualize my dream life. So this is actually going to be a lot of fun. I remember growing up, I used to do this a lot, something called as lucid dreaming. So I would kind of fall asleep thinking of a particular scenario, and I would essentially create like a storyline, almost daydreaming but raat ko, like proper dream karna. And that's basically what I'm gonna do today. I haven't done this in a long time. All you have to do is shut your eyes and imagine the best case scenario that you really want for yourself. It's very positive and uplifting, and neend bhi bahut achhi aati hai. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Definitely try it out in case you've never done it. It is truly so much fun. Hello, I'm all ready for the day, and now I'm supposed to recite 3 affirmations out loud. Now I love affirmations. In fact, we have a very cool new product also coming sooner than you know. But okay, let's talk about affirmations. I'm gonna tell you 3 of my favorite affirmations. The first one has to be I am capable of anything. The second one is I can do anything that I put my mind towards. And let's see, the third one is I love my life. I don't know if that is considered as an affirmation, but I love writing that down as well. Like whenever I fill out my gratitude journal, ये 3 चीजें मैं हमेशा लिखूंगी. I never really say them out loud, so this is a little bit weird saying them out loud, but yeah. Guys, I'm so ready for this one. I've been excited to do this task the most. Basically, today we're going to be creating an action plan for our goal. Now, this goal can be honestly anything. Personally, for me, I just really want to plan out my month of January without giving too many details. But January is going to be a crazy month for me in the best way possible. Here's hoping. But there's a lot of prep that needs to go into it from my end. So I have been quite nervous, to say the least. I have a very long to-do list of things to do. So I just really want to kind of categorize and make an action plan. Now, there are so many different ways of making an action plan. I remember जब मैं school में थी, and whenever I would study for my exam, for example, there were 15 days left for an exam, I would write down on a paper 1 to 15 like all the dates, and then I would make a timetable almost. And that's precisely what I do even now, but it's just that I do it on my planner. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start planning January abhi se. I'm so excited. The A-type person in me is living for this. I'm just gonna like segregate all of my tasks on different days, allocate tasks, और I'm not overwhelmed. एक दिन में बहुत ज़्यादा काम नहीं हो रहा, अच्छे से segregate कर दूंगी. I have the power of time right now. I'm planning ahead. So here's hoping I'm able to do it. Okay, I just want to quickly show you how I personally do it. So step one is to make a to-do list. I'll write down everything that I need to get done. So every month there are to-do list pages. So I just like to list everything down. It almost feels like a brain dump. I feel so much better right after I make my to-do list. Another really good idea is to fill out the monthly visions wala page. This will help you kind of segregate your thoughts and align with your goals. I am going to be doing this next. And then overall you can just go ahead and categorize आपको कौन से दिन पे क्या करना है, अच्छे से पूरा segregate कर दो. I just got done with writing down all of my goals and kind of making an action plan. Obviously, making an action plan can differ. This is my definition of doing it, and it feels amazing. Obviously, if you don't have goals, what are you going to manifest, right? And you can't just wait for things to happen on their own. You have to put in the work as well. So I've made a timetable of how I'm going to be achieving those goals. In January, we're going to achieve them. Now I have to write down one thing that my intuition is telling me. Okay, now the thing with me and my gut feeling, my intuition is that I really want to work on it, yes, but I feel like it's a very hit or miss. Like sometimes my intuition is like spot on and I make sure to listen to it, but there are also times when I'm very confused. Okay, but regardless, I'm just gonna write something down. Now make sure when you're doing this, you're in an extremely calm environment almost. You don't want to have too many things happening around you. You want to be able to just tap into your inner self, if that makes any sense. I don't know, I'm just gonna write something, whatever comes to me, to be very honest. I don't want to like add too much pressure. So मैंने तो 4-5 sentences लिख दी है. जो भी आया, like I just let it flow and I've written it down. I've written it down in a place where I can see it again and again. But yeah, this was nice. So today I'm supposed to ask the universe for a sign. Now, I feel like I personally really believe in the concept of angel numbers. I literally have a tattoo that says 444, which means support. I feel like just look into angel numbers a little bit. Basically, if you see like consecutive numbers like 111, 222, 333, maybe in the form of time, ya fir number plate, ya fir car plate, whatever. The universe, I believe personally that the universe is trying to communicate something to you. So I feel like I always get a sign like that. And another thing that I personally believe, that if you're going through a challenging time in your life, you're going through a phase, I feel like challenges always come out like blessings in disguise. I feel like the universe is almost trying to tell you, stay patient, इसके बाद अच्छा टाइम शुरू होने वाला है, because it's a curve. Life is a curve. After every low there will be a high, and after every high there will be a low. So I feel like those are my two ways that I usually always ask the universe for a sign. So yeah, maybe try that out. I know this video might be a little preachy. I hope it doesn't come off like that. I'm just trying to share little things that I believe in. It's totally okay if you don't believe in it, but yeah, this is just my take on the whole manifestation and visualization. The next task that I have is to script an ideal day in my life. Now, scripting basically is a method of manifestation where you write your desired destiny in the present or sometimes even the past tense as if your manifestations have already happened. So essentially you're writing your life story the way you would want it to go. You need to write down everything that you want to manifest. Make sure to write it in the present tense, ya fir it has already happened. Okay, so today I'm going to be visualizing the universe supporting me. I'm going to be honest, meditation is not something that I'm good at. It's not something that I practice also, but I'm hopeful and I feel like this is going to be a good thing for me. So I've pulled up a few podcasts / guided meditations on YouTube. I will link those for you guys in case you're interested. I am playing this one by True Meaning, and I'm just gonna close my eyes, shut my eyes, and listen to what they have to say.
Flows everywhere. Right. It loves and nourishes all things, but does not lord it over. The more, therefore, you relinquish power, trust others.
Okay, that was so good. 9 minutes ka tha. Not trying to paint a very pretty picture. There were times where I was zoning out. I had to bring myself back. But whenever I was fully in it, it felt nice. बहुत अच्छा है ये वाला podcast नहीं, sorry, it's a guided meditation, I would say. Again, parts of it I thought in the beginning, actually I thought it was kind of boring, but the more I surrendered to it, the better it got almost. So yeah, this was a nice experiment, something that I wouldn't have done unless it was a part of the challenge, but I'm glad I did it. Okay, so yesterday I scripted a day in my dream life, which was, by the way, amazing. I think so far, other than the vision board, so far all the activities that I've done, I enjoyed scripting the most. बहुत मजा आया, totally recommended. Today I'm going to be writing a letter to my future self. I have done this. I think I wrote a letter to myself like 8-10 years ago, and it's really cool reading it after so many years, so I want to do that again. Anyway, I feel like I really enjoy journaling in general. It just feels really nice to release all of your emotions onto a paper, and I feel like this is also in a way you manifesting also. So just make sure that you're in a good mood, make sure that you're in a quiet space, and get yourself a nice drink and just pour your heart out. No one's gonna read it. Keep it in a safe place. Don't feel like you're gonna be judged. I feel like pehle I wouldn't like write stuff down on the paper because of the fear that what if someone reads it. Just hide it well if you're nervous about that situation, but make sure to pour your heart out. Okay, so the next task, the next challenge is to identify doubts and beliefs that limit me. Now, this has taken me a lot of time to get to, because I was not able to understand मैं कैसे करूँ. Like I wasn't able to figure out something, so I thought, what better way than to get a reality check? So I have Aditya here with me. So what do you think are doubts or beliefs that limit me?
See, the first thing that comes to my mind is your overthinking.
I know. I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah.
That is something that really restricts you in a lot of ways. You don't do things just because of the overthinking. That is definitely one thing. Second thing that I feel does stand in your way is your extreme need for perfection. It is a good thing also, but sometimes it's a bad thing because it limits you to a lot of things. That if it's not perfect, I will not do it at all.
Yeah.
So that is one thing.
Correct.
Those are two things that I think you need to work on.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think.
But does that count as? Yeah, it does.
I think so, yeah.
It does. It's true. ठीक है, बात तो सही है. Actually, towards the end of this year, मैंने एक quote पढ़ा था. Perfection is a rope you tie around your own neck, and it really, I was like, अरे हाँ यार, मतलब क्योंकि मेरा ऐसे हो जाता है कि either if I do something, I will completely do it like properly, or I won't do
Which
it
is a
at
good
all.
thing at times.
Agreed, of course.
But not every time.
Yeah. And also ये भी मैंने एक रील देखा था. रील्स कभी कभी बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. रील्स पे I saw that it's better to show up with your 50% than not to show up at all.
Exactly. जिसके वजह से काफी सारे व्लॉग्स आज तक अब गए नहीं है चैनल पे, लाइक अंडमान व्लॉग.
शट अप. कब तक मुझे अंडमान व्लॉग पे सुनना मिलने वाला है पता नहीं, बट ठीक है. इन केस यू गाइज आर ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी डूइंग दिस टास्क, देन मे बी यू कैन गेट अ रियलिटी चेक, और यू कैन आस्क समवन एल्स टू हेल्प you with this. Yeah, maybe a mom, friend, whatever. But thanks. I was really stuck with this one. Thank you. Next up, we have reflect on the progress that you've made so far. I love this one. Very positive, and I think it's a great thing to do at the end of the year or beginning of a new year, just to remind yourself of everything that you've accomplished, no matter how big or how small it is. Now, this is something that I've been doing in 2023, and I really want to share it with you guys. So basically, I have been kind of maintaining a notes in my phone, and I write down every single thing that happens with me, every single good thing that happens with me in that year. And then now I literally have a list of things to read through. I feel like obviously 365 days is a lot. It's very difficult to remember the tiny little moments. So I feel like when you write it down, you have it all in front of you. So you can try that out for 2024, or you can do a physical version of it also. I know people maintain a jar और उसमें छोटे-छोटे chits लिख देते हैं, but I feel like that is a little hit or miss almost, because कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि you forget by the time you get home, or you get too lazy. When it's on your phone, you just literally need to type it out, and it's as simple as that. Now, if you haven't done this in 2023, how are you going to review your progress? Just open your gallery, open your Instagram, open your stories. Instagram पे जो feature है वो stories preview करने का पहले के वो देख लो. I feel like going through your gallery is the best way to kind of look at your history almost. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read through everything that I've accomplished, the little progress that I've made, and just feel positive. So the next task that we have is to seek advice from a mentor. So mom dad के साथ मैंने already कर लिया है. I think it's just too personal. I don't want to share that because they gave me like real advice about me and like emotionally and stuff like that. But I have my financial mentor right here. If you didn't know, this is Mayur, by the way. They have a YouTube channel. I'll link it down below with Adya. But he is, what are you? Please tell everyone.
I have my own family business of wealth management and insurance consultancy where I advise people about their own personal finances.
Correct. So essentially, you are going to tell me कि 2024 में, since you already know about my investments and you take care of it already, but what should I do in 2024?
So the most important thing in personal finance is term insurance and health insurance. वो दो पे तो already sorted है. She already has a good term insurance. She already has a good health insurance.
And mutual funds.
And mutual funds. Then comes mutual funds. SIP in mutual funds where you invest a specific amount every month so that you are ensured कि कुछ amount तो अपने earnings में से save हो रहा है. So that is also already sorted. अभी next what I can advise you since you and Aditya are getting married this year. So there something very important after marriage is couple finance because that is also a very big thing. So जैसे when I got married to Adu, we sat one day and we figured out all our expenses, all our income, all our investments and everything, which is very important because अभी तक तू अकेले संभाली थी. Now you're gonna manage it with your husband.
Correct.
So वो जब एकदम sorted और clear होता है तो both of you are on the same lines.
Okay.
तो what I do and what I've seen works for me, it is very personalized. But in generic में अगर बोलूँ तो you guys should have two accounts.
Okay.
One is where you are using one account you're using for all your expenses.
Okay.
And one account you're using for all your investments.
Okay.
तो दोनों के माइंड में क्लैरिटी होता है. ओके ये अकाउंट है इसमें इतना आ रहा है, ये सब हमारे एक्सपेंसेस है XYZ जो भी है.
Okay.
एंड ये अकाउंट है इसमें से हमारे सब इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हो रहे हैं. तो दोनों के दिमाग में बहुत क्लियर होता है ओके ये इन्वेस्टमेंट्स है ये एक्सपेंसेस है.
Okay.
इसके अलावा when you guys get married you have to sort out all your nominations. जो भी तेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट्स है, जो भी तेरा इंश्योरेंसेस है, एवरीवेयर हु इज द नॉमिनी ठीक से है, हस्बैंड है या अपने फैमिली मेंबर है, मॉम डैड भाई बहन जो भी है. मैरिज के बाद स्पेसिफिकली नॉमिनेशन शुड बी क्लियर कि हाँ चलो ये है सॉर्टेड है क्योंकि आगे जाके कुछ भी हो तो अपने बेटर हाफ को प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं हो. एंड यू गाइज शुड मेंटेन जो भी कंफर्टेबल है अ गूगल शीट और एनीवेयर के एक जगह एक वन पेज है जहाँ पे सब कुछ मेंशन्ड है कि आदित्य का ये है, मृदुल का ये है एंड both of you should be aware कि ये sorted है. Which is it helps a lot, especially in Indian couples कि जब sorted रहता है, clear रहता है तो दोनों का vision एक ही रहता है.
Okay, makes sense. Actually, I was not expecting this advice, but that's different. But you have to help me in doing that.
Yeah, I will love to.
Great. So I feel like off camera it makes sense for us to do this. But yeah, I'm clear on what I need to do this year. So make sure you also do the same. No matter how old you really are, I feel like if you're above the age of 18, you should have your like plans and investment, no matter how much you earn. So I feel like ek financial advice le lo ye saal, and also like maybe from your, I feel like parents is a good option if they know you the best. So in terms of like life and personal mentor, so I feel like I'm done with both. Thank you. Hi guys, so we're almost done with our manifestation challenge. Last 3 activities left. It says practice patience and trust the process. Now obviously this isn't an activity, it's more like a reminder and it's a good reminder. Easier said than done for sure. Practice patience, not the best at to be very honest, but yeah, definitely it is very important. And trust the process, I feel like I'm good at trusting the process, but yeah, this is something that you have to like keep reminding yourself. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do to be able to practice patience and trust the process is I have this really cute wallpaper that I've saved from Pinterest. I'm gonna make it my wallpaper. So it says trust the process, know that you are exactly where you are meant to be, even though you may not be where you thought you would. Very cute. I love it. I'm adding this as my wallpaper so that every time I see it, it's almost like a subtle reminder. Replace negative self-talk with positive, empowering thoughts. Okay, so there's this one thing that I used to do back in the day, like 1-2 saal pehle during lockdown, and I remember sharing it also in some video. Basically what I do is you have this dhaga, okay, on my hand, which is something that is always there on my hand. So I think tabhi mera dhaga tha ya koi ring tha, so every time I would look at it, every time my eyes would fall onto my dhaga or the ring or whatever, I would have to say a affirmation or something positive about myself to myself, like man hi man mein. So I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my ring. Anyway, it's a very happy, positive memory for me. So I'm going to look at it. Every time I look at it, I'm going to have to kind of say a positive affirmation or like a positive thought to myself. I think in general, I'm really good at avoiding negative self-talk. I used to do that a lot when I was in college. I don't do that anymore. Of course, I have my moments, but usually I like to replace it with that. I will try to do something positive, like listen to a podcast or something. But yeah, I think this is just an activity that I wanted to share with you guys so that throughout the day, you stay positive and you're replacing your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. And also starting में लगता है कि difficult है, but actually नहीं है, because starting में आपको 2-3 बार time लगेगा register करने के लिए, but after you've done it like 5 times, it's going to be like a reflex almost, and it's a lot of fun, trust me. And on to the last activity, which is review your vision board and add new things / affirmations. Now this is actually something that I've never really done, but it does make a lot of sense. It's been a couple of days since I've made my vision board. I've had time to make it in the first go, but also kind of sleep on it. So I'm just gonna quickly review my vision board. May I add that I love the way my vision board looks like visually. I've gone for a very collage style look, and I love it. It looks so nice. I'm just gonna quickly zip and analyze what it looks like. Okay, cool. I've kind of analyzed my vision board and there are 2 things that I want to add. I'll pop them up on the screen. I had recently, I think yesterday, I saved them on my Pinterest board. So I think I'll print it out and I'll add that, and I'll print out another quote that I saw, which I just really liked. So I'm just gonna add both of those things to my vision board. But yeah, I do think it's important time to time to open your vision board, not obsessively, but maybe once in 3 months or maybe once a month as well, if that works for you. I know a lot of people like to take a picture of their vision board and also kind of save it as their wallpaper on their phone so that they can kind of almost see it. Do whatever